This video, we are going to continue our discussion of section 11.6, finish it up actually, with talking about the last surface called the hyperbolic paraboloid, right? How we tell that it is one, and if you take a look, it's very close to just a paraboloid, except for the minus in between. So let's write out ways to tell. All right, so the first one is we have three variables with two squares. All right, so that must happen. Crazy S there, two squares. The second thing is we have one square. One of them has a minus. And then we have notes. All right, so that's how you tell. Three variables with two squares, just like the paraboloid, but except for the second square has a minus. All right, notes would be that the degree one variable gives direction axis. All right, and then the next thing, to get a trace here, plug in plus and minus numbers to degree one variable. All right, these will make sense after our example. All right, so let's take a look at this example. All right, first, to verify that it is a hyperbolic paraboloid, notice that there are two squares with one minus. All right, so that alone tells me that it is a hyperbolic paraboloid. And it is a long z, because z is the one with degree 1. All right, so I'm going to write it in standard form. All right, so we get, we're going to pick z to be 1. You just pick any value for z. I like to pick things that are smaller. So here is z equals 1. We get x squared minus y squared equals 1. This is a hyperbola along x-axis. So you may remember, may not, what that may mean. Check out hyperbola, graph that. We're actually just going to look at the 3D graph on this one because it is, you can't really see it when you do it by hand. So we get x squared on this one minus y squared equals negative 1, which if I multiply both sides by negative 1, flips this, makes it a positive 1. This is the same thing except for y-axis. So it's hyperbola along y-axis. So we have, if you don't remember what a hyperbola looks like, well, they are we're looking at xy, so that is the flat one. So one way we have a hyperbola going along the x and one going along the y. So we have something like this. And then we would have something going flat, so it's so hard to even see dimension, going this way. So, alright, so let's take a look at the 3D graph to see what's going on here. So here's our last one of this section. This is like a saddle. We're going to look at something later this semester, talking about that point right at the top there, the peak, and looks like if I look at the parabola in white there, it's a minimum, but if I look at the parabola in white there, it's a maximum, and we get this weird shape here. All right. Okay, so that is our hyperbolic paraboloid. Very interesting shape. Is going to give us some weird things to think about later.